All right, everybody, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Garage Talk Sports. I'm Mills.
I'm Bobby.
And I'm Nick.
And we are back in the garage this week. Bobby's room was a good little substitute location, but time to return to the garage. Nick is also back with us as well. Welcome back to the show, Nick. Glad to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
He's not doing accountant things anymore.
Yeah. So,
I mean, I still am. I just left work a little earlier today.
So we got Nick back. This week's episode, guys, is going to be a good one. We're going to be recapping the AFC and NFC championship games. What an exciting weekend, especially
Who Day Nation, boy.
for Bengals faithful. Who Day.
Who Day?
Do you know the chant?
Who Day Bengals. Oh, who Day gonna beat the Bengals?
Oh boy, Bobby, you botched
I messed
that
it up.
one.
I'm
unbelievable.
But everyone likes the underdog story, so
yeah. So we have our Super Bowl matchup. It is set. The Rams will be hosting. I'm going to say hosting because it's in SoFi. They will be hosting the Bengals for the Super Bowl. We don't know who the home team, air quotes around that, is going to be. We have to wait for the Pro Bowl, but
the Pro Bowl decides it.
Yeah, winner of the Pro Bowl decides that. At least I think. Is that still the way?
I think so.
I thought you guys said that baseball was the only team that did that, or the sport that did that.
Yeah, no. The Pro Bowl does it, but it doesn't matter because the Super Bowl's held in a different location.
Oh yeah.
So
it's not like whoever wins, they're playing in Cincinnati.
Only twice now will the Super Bowl be hosted in the same stadium that one of the teams plays in. The only other time being last year with Tampa Bay. But they picked the location like 2 years in advance, so it just decides what jersey they wear, really.
Yeah.
They should
just pick the Jets to host it. They'll never have to worry about home field advantage.
That's true.
Dude,
I prefer it in a dome for the Super Bowl.
Freezing ass cold weather.
They put it in that stadium one year, I believe.
I think so. Yeah, they did.
And it was just, I think that was the Panthers Broncos. Was
it?
What stadium is that? Is that MetLife?
Yeah, MetLife.
Yeah, I think that was at MetLife. I could be wrong though. So don't quote me on that. Guys.
That was Super Bowl 50, right?
I think so. Feel free to fact check that one.
I'm fact checking you right now.
Either way though, so that's our Super Bowl matchup with the Rams and Bengals. So we'll preview that as well. Talk about the matchups, things like that. We will have, as always with football, Bobby. And this week it's Bobby's bet. Only one game, yes. So that's about it. Nick, congratulations, you did win. Go ahead, Bob.
Just kidding. Rule change. Pro Bowl, if you get the Pro Bowl right, you get 50 points, and Nick will lose.
Shut up.
No, do not accept that rule.
No, I'm going to protest that one with
Correction, Super Bowl 50 was in Levi Stadium, so 49.
There was one in MetLife Stadium, I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, though.
So Bobby's just searching up for a fact that does not exist.
And then we will go in with we had some head coach hirings are finally happening. The Bears made their signing. Only a couple days after Ryan Poles was signed to be the GM, so we'll dive in a little bit more in detail with that hire specifically.
Andrew was very close. It was 2014, so I believe it was Super Bowl 49.
I'm a savant. What can I say?
You were wrong.
Shut up, Bobby.
You were close, but no cigar.
You're savant adjacent.
I'm close. I'm good enough.
Yeah,
and then
you're an idiot savant.
Okay.
Oh,
okay. And then we will wrap up the episode with Nick's question of the week. It would not be an episode without a question of the week. Nick, thank you for bringing back your segment. It's not the same when we have to come up with the question.
Let's see if Nick. What was the question last week?
I didn't have one last week.
Yeah, we did.
We did.
Oh, you guys did.
So you didn't watch us?
No, I did not.
He didn't support us.
I didn't have enough free time to actually film the show. You thought I had enough free time?
I'm gonna be real, Bobby. I don't even remember what the question was last week.
It was all right. So it was, where would you go as a coach? Like,
all the open head coach positions, what team would you go to?
Yeah.
Take some time to think on that. You can give us your answer before your question of the week.
Yeah.
Okay.
But let's kick off the episode now, guys, with let's start over in the AFC. Arrowhead Stadium. Chiefs hosted the Bengals.
Go up big, man. They go up big first half.
That was insane.
Yeah.
21-10 at halftime, but I believe it was at one.
It was 21-3.
Was it? Okay, yeah. I couldn't remember if it was. Either way, man. Looked like the Chiefs were just cruising to a blowout win. And I was going to have to sit here and be upset for another Super Bowl because the Chiefs were going to be in it.
And no disrespect against Patrick Mahomes, but it's when your family's that annoying, it's like you just like no one wants to see your family at the Super Bowl.
When I was watching the game was I like Mahomes, I like Andy Reid, I like Travis Kelce, Tyrann Mathieu, I like him as defensive.
Yeah, dude, the Honey Badger.
It's like literally if they win, I won't be mad except for the fact that they've been in it for like the past 3 years.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't really want to see them again. Like,
yeah, see that's my thing. I like parody. I like when parity with the T. They're not parody like the joke. I like when there's different teams competing every year, which is why it's one really like seeing the Bengals in there. When's the last time the Bengals have been relevant? Let's be honest, guys.
When's the last time you've seen a 4-12 team flip over and go to the Super Bowl?
When you got Joe Burrow.
Well, when you got Joe Shiesty,
yes,
over there,
Joe
you got
Shiesty.
Joe Exotic, the Tiger King. No, I love to see the Bengals in there. They have a young, fun team, young head coach who, like we talked about a couple weeks ago, trusting in the process with him, let him go through a couple down years before they finally bounced back got on their feet. I don't know if bounce back's the word.
Clear cut coach of the year. Like, he should win coach of the year hands down.
Oh yeah, he's
like
100%.
Him and Vrabel are close, but I think it's just more impressive because the Bengals are going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he coached them into a Super Bowl, won the AFC North. Vrabel got the first place and then immediately lost. So
they based coach of the year on the regular season.
Yeah, it's based on the regular season.
Yeah, but still.
People are probably some of the press are probably gonna vote on the playoff performance, but it should be noted it's supposed to be based on regular season performance, as is MVP and
anytime you can
like
get
that.
a number one seed and win your division without Derrick Henry for half the season, that's impressive.
Yeah, let's not overshadow what the Titans did, but they lost to the Bengals anyways. But let's stay on track here with the AFC Championship game.
Yeah, so second half, it looked like they switch up their coverages. They were dropping 8 a lot, and they were making Mahomes very uncomfortable.
It's the tale of two halves.
It was.
Quite literally. I mean, and that's the second time. They met in the regular season. It was the same story.
Mm-hmm.
Chiefs went up. I think they went up even more. I think they had like 28 up when they went into the half against the Bengals in the regular season. Same exact thing happens. Only 3 points in the second half. So, you got to give credit to the defensive coordinator over in Cincinnati, Lou Anarumo, I think is how you say it.
Lou Ferrigno?
No. Lou Anarumo. He made some great adjustments in the regular season for that matchup, which was a huge win for Cincinnati there. And then he did it again when it mattered even more. AFC Championship is on the line. They didn't get a stop in the first half until that final play from scrimmage when the Chiefs should have kicked a field goal, but instead went for it, didn't get it, half ends. And that was the tipping point. That's what got the ball rolling for that team. And things started to click more on offense in the second half. Things started to click on defense. Obviously, we saw they adjusted,
Yeah, they did. They were dropping 8 in coverage, and Pat Mahomes didn't know what to do.
They gave him the time. They dared the Chiefs to change their style of offense, and it didn't work all that well.
He was just trying to make big plays when he should have taken the short route and got the short.
Well, they were cutting off the key to the Chiefs game. Really, their offense is so heavily based on Travis Kelce finding the open space and Tyreek Hill being open, streaking across the center of the field. Yeah. They've changed from the deep threat with Tyreek Hill. They move him into the slot, and he just runs crossers the entire game. He just crosses the field. And you hope that one of the safeties drops too far back and the linebacker gets too caught up with Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
And he's got the speed to beat anyone in one-on-one man coverage. Yeah. So that was the whole strategy. I mean, Tyreek Hill tears teams apart because he gets the ball like 7 yards past the line of scrimmage, no one around him. And that dude reaches top speed in like 2 steps, basically.
Yeah.
So if he's got 15 plus yards of open space before stop it. If he has 15 yards or so of open space with no one around him, he's going to turn anything into a huge gain. And that was the huge adjustment. That was part of why they started dropping 7, dropping 8 all game. It took away that middle of the field that they make a killing on all season.
Yeah. And then it goes into overtime.
The coin toss.
Dude, I knew it.
Can we check the coins in Kansas City?
No,
something's up with that.
It was tails. It was tails this time.
My point is that they always win, is what I'm saying. They keep winning the coin. I think there's got to be a double-sided.
And they just change the coin.
There's got to be a double-sided coin.
Well,
Can we check the coin?
It was heads last time when they played the Bills. I'm like, dude, it's definitely tails this time. Tails. I was like, and then immediately you're like, dude, same bullshit. You're like, they're going to go ahead, get the ball first, run down and score. And then that pick, man. That pick ended it.
Bobby's going through the emotions right now.
Dude, I loaded up because I was at work, but I went on break, pulled it up on my phone. As soon as I pull that bad boy up, pick happens, man. It was destiny. All right?
It was.
It was
They
The
won.
pick of destiny.
They
It was.
won because Bobby turned the game on.
yeah.
Um,
On my phone, sitting in my car on break.
but
They won that game because of the I can't remember the defensive tackle's name, but he was in spy coverage and all of a sudden just
Hubbard,
decided.
was it Hubbard?
Hubbard.
But I think
He was in spy coverage. Just all of a sudden
it was
decided,
it was the last play from scrimmage,
Yeah.
the sack fumble. Yeah,
and he was just like, nope, fuck it, and then
Yeah.
just took off right at
ballsy
Mahomes.
play there. They rushed 3, and his only responsibility was to shadow Patrick Mahomes and not let him run the ball, basically.
Yeah.
So he just stayed at. I mean, he made a gutsy call there because he just decided, all right, you know what, I'm coming after you right now. Sprints right at him, doesn't fall for any of the jukes. Mahomes doesn't even. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. He doesn't put on any like impressive moves in the pocket, but somehow he's so shifty. It's like it's hard to explain. It doesn't. It's just impressive, but at the same time, like, how do people miss these tackles?
Yeah.
It's hard to. It's part of the frustration of watching
Like,
and having. to,
honestly,
I
like,
imagine,
I'll give
play
him his
against
credit.
him.
I mean, he doesn't look that athletic, but
He is.
he is.
No, I know
Like-
exactly. It's just one of those things. Like I sit there, I'm like, how did these guys miss? He had 3 guys that look on screen like they're about to just drag him to the ground,
It's like
and then he comes out the side and is like, oh, there's a nice little 7-yard
telling you,
gain.
it's like Big Ben back 2004.
it's very
like
similar
he
to,
literally
like,
looks like he can't even move.
You
But
know, it's not the Lamar Jackson kind of elusiveness that you see. It's just like Mahomes isn't that fast compared to what quarterbacks are doing
Yeah.
nowadays with their legs. He's not that fast. He's
Josh-
got an awkward looking body, man. I don't know.
Josh Allen is faster.
Yeah, Josh Allen's really fast.
TikToker comment.
Oh yeah, Bobby's really butthurt about the response we got on one of his TikToks.
Yeah. It's not like I'm saying some scrub. All right, Josh Allen is a great quarterback and he's
Dude,
better than Pat
He's
Mahomes.
got you pressed.
Yeah, dude, this guy. Like,
He's taking it personally.
like, dude, he's get like what? He's better than Pat Mahomes. All right.
Let us know, guys.
Yeah.
Josh Allen, Pat Mahomes. Who's the better
than Pat
quarterback?
Mahomes? Joe Burrow.
All right. See, if I said Joe Burrow, that would be like fine, debatable. Like it's his second year in the league, but
Yeah.
Josh Allen has proven he's good. All right.
Yes.
He's just as good, if not better.
Yeah. Dawson Knox, not as good as Travis Kelce. Stephon Diggs, I will say, is equivalent to Tyreek Hill, but
But
still-
no, different person.
different.
Stephon
different
Diggs is better
players.
than
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill, but Tyreek Hill's a heck of a lot faster.
Tyreek Hill's the better athlete.
yeah.
But
Diggs is the better wider.
Stephon Diggs,
See,
yeah.
those guys are a trade because the sheer speed of Tyreek Hill makes it like you don't have to. It's gonna sound bad, but you know,
Well, here's my thing.
with the way they use him, he doesn't have to be an excellent route runner.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? He just needs to be able to get open, and he's so fast that guess what? He's gonna just outrun whoever's covering him.
Yeah,
It's
true.
it's a foregone conclusion, really. That's why you always see him double teamed because no matter what, Tyreek Hill is the fastest guy on the field every week.
Yeah.
Unless there's someone faster, please let me know.
Marquise Goodwin.
Maybe back in the day, but I don't think anymore.
No, my thing is, if Travis Kelce is my tight end and I had to pick between Stephon Diggs and Tyreek Hill, I pick Tyreek Hill 10 times out of 10. If Dawson Knox is my tight end, I pick Stephon Diggs as my wide receiver 10 times out of 10. Because then I have a guy who I know is going to be able to get open by himself. But if Travis Kelce's getting open, I'd rather have a guy who's faster and more athletic.
But either way, my point
They
is,
complement each other.
Yeah.
Josh Allen is on a worser team.
Worser team.
Whoa.
That is not grammar.
Grammar.
All right, you're gonna get ripped apart for the grammar on that one. No,
He's a
I get what
running-
you're saying.
Yeah.
If he had a
There's-
running back, so he didn't have to be the running back, that'd be prime.
There's different levels of talent. You know, I'm not too familiar with the Bills roster. I'm willing to say that the supplemental pieces, you know, like McCole, Perry Hardman, what's the dude's name? Brian Pringle.
Yeah, Pringle.
I don't know if you could say those complementary pieces are better than the complementary pieces in Buffalo. Cole Beasley's pretty solid.
Emmanuel Sanders.
Is he in Buffalo?
Yeah.
It's Emmanuel Sanders.
Who was that dude who just had that big week? Davis?
Yeah, Gabriel Davis.
Gabriel Davis.
Okay, Gabriel Davis. That was like a break. I mean, he's been doing good this season, but
No,
that
I
was
know,
like
that's-
a breakout game
I know. That's what I'm saying.
because of Josh Allen.
My point is, I don't really know which team
Let's
you
go,
would say
Jesus.
has. We get it.
This
man.
guy tried to tear me apart on TikTok, dude. Who is this guy?
Who cares?
Bobby, stop taking it so
I don't even know who
personally.
he is. He doesn't even know who you are. He just said something.
Scrub, yeah.
Take a breather.
Hey,
Take a
we're
breather,
good.
Bob.
We're good.
Take a
But
chill pill.
anyways, Bengals win. Who Day Nation is going to the Super Bowl.
It was an exciting game.
Bobby will learn the chant by Super Bowl Sunday.
I already know the champ, bro. You didn't watch that Jamar Chase interview with Young Dylan on Nickelodeon, guys?
No.
Young Dylan's gonna take an actual NFL reporter's job. I'm just telling you. Little kid who just just took over. He's really good in the interview. Granted, it was all about how to do the gritty and stuff like that. So, what's the substance of that? I don't know. But exciting game nonetheless. Joe Shiesty, man, what else can you say? Bengals, gotta love him. Gotta be rooting for the Bengals.
He does not feel pressure.
No, he's cool Joe.
Yeah, he is.
Okay, would you agree with this comment that he would be able to score 12 to 15 points average in an NBA game? I don't agree with that.
Who said that?
Joe Burrow did. In an interview, he said he would easily be able to get 12, 15 points on an
I mean, how tall is he? He's like 6'3". Maybe if he's a good shooter, it's
I
possible.
don't know if he's 6'3".
Here's my thing.
I asked. I said,
I
how
don't
tall
know.
is he?
That's a little.
Athleticism on a football field and a basketball court are two different. And this is the NBA. I think you could go to college basketball and dominate a couple games.
Oh, dude, he's 6'4".
Oh,
dude.
Oh, is he now, Bobby? Is he 6'4"?
I mean,
There's no way he's 6'3".
He just
Bro, you're
doesn't-
taking 2 L's now,
he
right? You
just
got the
doesn't
TikTok
look
guy
like
got
it.
you pressed.
Like,
He's at 3 L's. He said,
Yeah, bro. And you
he
said
just doesn't
worse,
look like he's
so
that
that's
tall.
3 L's. He's a quarterback, dude.
He plays behind offensive linemen and near defensive linemen that are freaking 6'7"
Yeah, I was gonna say,
300
yeah.
pounds.
You know what, Bobby? Once again, pipe down over there.
Kyler Murray is like 5'9", all right?
Yeah, he's
You know,
tiny.
dude.
He runs like a little kid.
When he's running in the pocket, he looks like a kid who stole his mom's phone.
All right, that's bogus.
No, it's hilarious. It's because he's so his running motion is weird. Like he runs
weird
like he's bow-legged. I don't think he's bow-legged, but he sure as hell runs like it.
He's fast though.
Well, yeah, no, I'm not taking his speed away from him.
You just see those legs kicking, man.
Yeah, it's just funny to look. It's just funny to
it
watch, man. Because he's not built like he's obviously Tariq Cohen's way shorter, but the shorter guys are like skinnier. He's stocky. He's like this stocky dude who just is kind of like it. It just looks funny to me. But whatever. Exciting game. Joe Burrow is the first quarterback taken first overall to lead a team to the Super Bowl in their first 2 seasons as well. So shout out to Joe Shiesty, Joe
And
Burrow.
it's his first full season.
Joe Shiesty,
And it's in his
man.
first full
I
season.
don't think he would have led them to the playoffs last year, even if he stayed healthy the whole time.
Yeah, bro, imagine paying Dak Prescott $160 million and he can't win you a playoff game, and Joe Burrow's on a rookie contract and has won more in the last 3 weeks.
Dude, the AFC.
Cool Joe, man.
All I'm saying,
Ice in his veins. That's all I'm gonna say.
the AFC is gonna, man, they're just the better division
Conference.
conference. Yeah, like
4L. No, I'm kidding.
why you come at
L.
Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes,
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson, dude. They just got
The
Subtract-
NFC's got the older, really good, the older quarterbacks.
Subtract Big Ben and put Dwayne Haskins in that division. That is one of the more athletic quarterbacks for a division.
Dwayne's pretty slow. Are you
Ah,
saying that?
Dewey Haskins.
Dewey Haskins? I don't know. He's not that great.
Dwayne Money Haskins.
Dwayne
Money
Money.
Haskins.
I mean, Baker's shoulder stays put together. He's a pretty solid quarterback. That's a pretty good division. Of
I like
quarterbacks.
Baker. He was injured last year.
Yeah, that's
guys.
what I'm
Baker
saying.
was injured last year,
I
guys.
know.
Yeah.
I'm saying
Every
if his
time he
shoulder,
comes up,
if
I'm
his
gonna
shoulder
mention
stays
that.
together.
He was injured last
He
year.
was injured last year. Let's take it easy on Baker. But like I said, great game. Got to be rooting for the Bengals. What a story to go from last to the Super Bowl. Second-year quarterback, third-year coach. They really trusted the process with Zach Taylor. And it's definitely a team to root for because it's going to be an awesome story. All those young guys making this impact. But then you have on the other side with the NFC Championship game, you had Matthew Stafford trying to finally earn, I think, that respect that people have been refusing to give to him.
Yeah.
Finally
playoff
finds
Matt.
himself on a team that's built to win, not just built for, hey, Matt, throw until your arm gives out and hopefully we'll win enough games to make the playoffs.
And we're going to take it. And Calvin Johnson's going to retire.
And
So
Calvin's
you
gonna
have a guy to
retire.
throw
Yeah.
to.
And we're never going to try and get a running back who can run the ball for you. Oh, and our defense is going to be at best average. Matt Stafford wins it in SoFi, getting the Rams to the Super Bowl, second time in 3 years for the Rams, right?
Yes.
Because they were 2018 as well.
Oh,
And
yeah.
the least exciting Super Bowl I've ever witnessed, which Hopefully we get a better match.
God damn, Johnny Hecker could have won that MVP.
Yeah.
Fucking
Johnny-
Rams.
he had a chance. He was going to kick his way into the Super Bowl MVP. But so the Rams take on the 49ers. Jimmy G 6-0 going into this game. 6-0 against the Rams. 4-1 in the playoffs. Is he a spectacular quarterback? No. Is he a horrible quarterback? No.
If you just watch the last play of the game,
Just-
he is.
Yeah, well, dude, he's run. He was trying to do whatever he could.
I know,
he could've
I'm by no means a Jimmy Garoppolo supporter. I'm just saying the dude's record speaks for itself.
Oh no, yeah.
And everyone's ripping him as if he's supposed to also block Aaron Donald, Von Miller, Leonard Floyd, and like what did you expect the man to do? He's not the most athletic.
I just like how he was like, you know
Also-
what? If I take the
also
sack, I
he-
still have another chance, or I can just not
People
even look and
have-
flip this
People
ball.
have forgotten this. He has been dealing with that thumb injury.
thumb on his
all-
throwing hand
Yeah.
and shoulder as well.
Yes.
He's beaten up. He's battered. Give him a break, guys. So you want Trey Biskey to be your quarterback. You're ready for Trey Lance to come in and give you years of shame as an organization. I get it.
I want
you
George
know,
Kittle to be the quarterback.
You're excited. He'd probably be better. Trey Lance, bum. Trey Lance is going
Third
to
overall pick.
Trey Lance is
Hey.
going to get Kyle Shanahan fired.
Porn star Jimmy gets the job done. All right.
All right, yeah. Porn star Jimmy's got you to the dance before. What's Trey Lance done? Played in North Dakota State. Okay.
Wait. So who did he date?
I don't know. She was not good looking though. She was an older one.
Who, Trey Lance or
No.
Jimmy G?
Jimmy G.
Jimmy.
You
that's his
know why he
nickname.
has that nickname,
No, yes,
right?
I know that.
I don't know.
I just don't remember who it was.
She was definitely older. I looked it up because I was like, I'm never mind. But no, I don't mean it like that. I googled her. No. She was like in her
Sicko.
she was like in her 40s
What?
when he was out in public. Like she was in her 40s. So Jimmy was definitely reliving like a high school fantasy of his. Just calling it like I see it, man.
All right, we'll have to look this up after the show.
You could look it up right now. Share the name on the show and everything. Look it up, Bob.
I don't want to look it up on my phone.
What do you
Nick, you got a
mean?
door hinge on your computer. Look it up.
What do you think you're gonna get a virus?
Door hinge.
Just Google
the computer.
Just Google Jimmy
Jimmy-
Garoppolo
Yeah.
porn star
girlfriend.
girlfriend. There we go.
No, I don't. People give Jimmy G so much credit, like, oh, he should be better. He should be better. He was Tom Brady's backup, and Bill Belichick at the time that Jimmy G left wanted Jimmy G instead of Tom Brady. Now, I don't think that was the right move to make if you would have made that move, but
yeah,
he was good enough to have Bill Belichick's respect, which means he's good
yeah.
enough.
I mean, got to remember, Jimmy Garoppolo was a second-round pick. He was originally going to be the replacement for Tom Brady. Things went a little different direction. He's not the guy. He didn't ask the 49ers to trade for him.
No.
He didn't ask the 49ers to trade and then sign him to the richest quarterback contract at the time, which, by the way, is now well below the quarterback market.
yeah.
But either way, since going to San Francisco 49ers have been a winning team since he took over.
Yeah.
Except for for the times he was injured. His health has been a bit of a question.
Kiara Mia. Never heard of her. Never heard of her.
I don't watch porn, so I would not know.
Good for you, Nick. Well, how old is? I'm pretty sure she's like 46 or something. At the time she was in her 40s.
He just hit his phone out and he puts it
Yeah,
away.
come
And then
on,
you're gonna ask him a
man.
I
question.
thought he
Now
was
you're
going to
asking
do
me?
it. I thought he was going to go full circle for us there.
No, my biggest thing about Jimmy G this year is he was supposed to start the year with Raheem Mostert. He ends the year with Elijah Mitchell, who really no one had ever heard of. He's a pretty solid running back.
Well,
Yeah.
anyone's a solid running
Yeah.
back in that Shanahan
Debo
scheme.
Samuel is a great wide receiver plus
Slash.
running back.
Yeah, she's 44.
And
Okay.
George Kittle is arguably top 1-2 tight end. If
Best
you
tight
don't-
end. George Kittle's number one.
See, I like Mark Andrews.
You're putting Mark Andrews over Travis Kelce?
I put Mark Andrews over Travis Kelce.
And what's his face?
George
What?
Kittle?
No. Why am I blanking on his name?
Darren Waller?
Darren Waller. I was
Waller
going to say
Waller?
I was going to say
I put-
Darryl Waller, but I was like, I know that's not right.
Yeah.
I give Mark Andrews credit because out of those guys, his quarterback was he needed the most help. Like as a quarterback, Lamar Jackson's better than Jimmy G.
I was
gonna
going to say,
that.
hold on. What are we
But
talking
I'm saying with how he needed a guy who he could trust out there to throw the ball to because he was like, oh, I'm struggling with morale and all that stuff. So we need someone. And Mark Andrews is one of the more athletic. He makes catches that Travis Kelce and Darren Waller and George Kittle would not make. Some of these diving catches he makes are
I don't
insane.
know if I'm fully on board with that. He had a great season.
he makes
He's had
it
a great, like,
he makes it
three
into that
seasons.
top five. See, when I
He's in my top 3. And if you were saying pick a draft right now to pick tight ends, Mark Andrews is my first, then Darren Waller because they're a little bit younger than Kelsey.
Yeah,
and Kittle, and they need a good system to be.
Oh, I think Kittle's about the same age as Darren Waller.
So that's
No.
Kittle's my 3rd.
No, Waller's older.
Waller's like 26, 27.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Oh, then maybe not. Kelsey's the oldest. I know that much.
Yeah.
I think Mark Andrews is the youngest.
I think he and Kittle might have been the same draft. Maybe. I could be wrong though. I don't have my phone on me.
I will say he definitely top 5, and he clear cut made it into the elite.
Yeah, so I used to break it down as you had your top guys were George Kittle, Travis Kelce, Darren Waller, and then the next level of guys was gap, and then you hit Mark Andrews and T.J. Hawkinson. There's not the tight end position's not rich with great talent, but Mark Andrews has definitely climbed into solidly in that top 4.
Yeah.
I could get behind putting him above Darren Waller. But you know what? I'll put him above Kelsey. I'd keep Waller second. I think Kelsey they get used a little differently, but Kelsey's whole game is bro, you're gonna either sit in soft coverage or you're gonna just keep running.
Yeah.
So he does. I don't think he really has a route tree that they put him on. So takes away a little bit in my perspective. Still very talented.
Yeah.
But
Like I said, if you got any of those tight ends to be on your team, you're good. All 4 of them are absolute studs.
Oh yeah, definitely.
yeah, but let's get back on track here with the NFC Championship game.
But
we got a little
just
that porn star Jimmy thing just took us down a road.
We figured it out. We got the mystery, everything.
Yeah, the mystery woman.
Mystery solved.
Going into this game, it just felt like after McVay drops 2 to Shanahan regular season, it just felt like
Revenge game.
yes, this had to be the game that McVay pulled out.
Can't beat the same thing 3 times in one season.
Yeah.
Can't do it. It's impossible.
Yeah. No, I mean, he got the revenge game in the game that mattered the most. I mean, granted, the 49ers had to beat them to get into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Which Garoppolo won them that game, guys. I'm a Jimmy defender just because I feel like he's getting way too much blame.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, I'm going to say it right now, 49ers fans. You're going to be very disappointed with Trey Lance.
Yeah.
Prepare for just...
Take out the last play. Jimmy G played an average game for...
he played fine.
Yeah,
I mean, he
he
got
did.
you the
Last play
lead.
was
He
terrible,
got
but
you the
also-
lead.
Yeah.
So he misses some throws. Jimmy Garoppolo is Jimmy Garoppolo. No one has ever viewed him as an elite quarterback. He's been an average to above average quarterback when he's on his game. He's a complimentary quarterback, right? He's not sorry, I had a hiccup. He doesn't elevate your team on his own, but he doesn't hold back your team.
Yeah.
So he's limited. Some quarterbacks are limited. You work with what you got. Jimmy G, in his injured and limited state, was still the guy before Trey Lance was considered. So it's got to tell you a little bit something there. So he's going to get all the slander and everything. Either way, bad final play to end the game, but I'm sure his mind was reeling, didn't want to take a sack. I don't think they had timeouts.
They did not.
They didn't have timeouts. So it just was not going to be a good look.
And also, Tart gets an interception.
If Tart grabs the interception, we're not talking about how Jimmy G threw an interception to lose you the game.
Yeah, we're talking about how Matt Stafford threw an interception
To lose
end
you
the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's one of those things where he's the fall guy because that's what happens anytime a team drafts a quarterback first overall and that quarterback isn't starting. They're just going to find reasons for why he should.
Yeah.
Jimmy G is better than Trey Lance. I'm going to say that he'll be better than Trey Lance for a couple years still, if Jimmy G even plays. 49ers are looking to trade him. Garoppolo did release that today that his agent and the 49ers are working on locations for him.
Top landing spot, football team.
I mean, the football team would make sense, but I don't know what pick they have in the draft.
They do have a pick. I mean, they could take one.
No
I mean,
shit,
they do have a
pick.
top.
They
They do have a
pick.
top 10 pick. is
I
what meant.
don't think they're going to go after one of those top quarterbacks.
I don't either. So
That's too high for any of those guys. So maybe they try and, decide Jimmy G is going to be a good, bridge quarterback until you go and get the actual guy.
Hey, Pete Carroll might want him if Russell Wilson decides to not come back. That's a
Yeah, I mean,
you're playing the same conference. So it's like
Houston, the Texans, maybe they have the
Denver.
third overall pick. Are they really going to take someone a quarterback third overall?
How they're rolling with Davis Mills.
No.
Yeah, no, I know that's what I'm saying. Like, no quarterback should go top 10. It's a huge reach. I'm just saying, that's another team.
Daniel-
Davis Mills has probably earned the opportunity to be given a shot for a year.
Yeah.
But maybe, they might view it otherwise. They just fired their coach, trying to go a little different direction here.
Yeah. RIP David Culley.
Where,
The
what
Saints.
other locations? The Saints could be in play for him as well.
The Giants, if they decide Daniel Jones is done. I mean, I don't know if they'd go with Jimmy
The,
G.
the Saints can't take on any more cap, dude. They're
That's
71
true.
million
That's
over
true.
the
They
cap.
can't- I completely forgot about the cap
They
situation.
might trade both of their all three quarterbacks.
Yeah, if there's a will, there's a way, I guess. There's just not a ton of teams in quarterback demand. Denver, but it seems like it's possible Aaron Rodgers finds his way over there.
Yep, Nathaniel.
And we'll touch on that
Yeah,
later in the
we'll-
show. But whatever. Let's kind of wrap up this championship weekend and move into the Super Bowl preview here. So, like we said, Super Bowl matchup. We got the Bengals. We got the Rams in SoFi Stadium. Yeah, I mean, I think it'll be an exciting matchup.
It's gonna be really good.
I'm scared for Joe Burrow's health because if you had trouble with the Titans pass rush,
Yeah.
buckle up, bro, because you ain't seen nothing yet.
I don't think they've had a good corner to play just straight up match up on Jamar Chase either. I feel like Jalen Ramsey is just going to shadow him the whole game.
Yeah.
Yeah, they every week they've been like Jamar's been getting double teamed.
Yeah.
They're always double teaming Jamar, and this in 2 weeks when the Super Bowl rolls around, he's going to have to go through Jalen Ramsey, which is no small feat. That's going to be that's the ultimate challenge right there for a wide receiver and a quarterback, really, to go against Jalen Ramsey. He's as locked down
But
as they get.
even in the Chiefs game, T. Higgins stepped up.
Oh no, that's the
Yeah.
thing. The Bengals. You look at their roster; they have between Jamar Chase, Tyler Boyd, and T. Higgins. Those are three really good wide receivers. I mean, T. Higgins could probably be a fringe number one on other teams.
Yeah.
Tyler Boyd, I think, has proven himself to be a good number two receiving option.
Yeah.
Even if they didn't have Jamar Chase and those were your 1-2, that's still a good receiving core.
Yeah.
The thing that sucks, Uzama,
Gone.
losing him, that's a tough loss. He's been a reliable tight end for them all year.
Yep.
The other guy, what's his name? Craig Sample.
True sample.
Drew. As you could tell, I totally guessed at the first name.
Yeah.
Drew Sample. I guess we'll see what happens with him.
I mean, serviceable.
Serviceable, but he's not Uzama.
Yeah.
Joe Mixon's good, but it's like
Joe
same thing,
Mixon's a
you're-
good running
You're
back.
losing that big tight end target, which we've always talked about. Young quarterbacks love seeing that guy down.
Yeah, the tight end is your safety net. Joe Mixon though is going to be he's a very good running back, I think. The challenge though, your offensive line is really what's going to hold that is what will be the biggest test for the
Yeah.
Bengals. How will the O-line hold up?
Here's where my statement of Jamar Chase being the right pick to win games, but after I didn't think the Bengals were going to be in this position. So when I'm looking at Jamar Chase being a bad pick, I'm thinking they're going to lose first round of the playoffs because they can't handle the D line rush. They've proven that they can, but now you're getting to a team that's very studly front seven. So it's like, now we'll see if still the right pick. You got to the Super Bowl after picking Jamar Chase, but
it's just gonna be rough.
Yeah,
it's going to be very difficult. You have to stop Von Miller, Aaron Donald, and Leonard Floyd.
It's
Pick your poison, man. It's
yeah.
like it's just one of those things. Those guys are going to have to win their one-on-one blocks.
Yeah.
They're really going to have to. Who's the weakest of those three? Leonard Floyd is the weakest piece, but he's still good.
Yeah.
Aaron Donald's Aaron Donald. Von Miller's Von Miller. I mean, there's everywhere you look on that defense, you're having a challenge.
Yes.
And
Jalen
look at,
Ramsey.
like, George Kittle was still helping on a lot of blocking assignments.
He's going to chip, yeah, for sure. But you're still just
like now I'm saying you got to go to the Bengals with Uzama not even in. Now you have to find a younger tight end guy to do the same thing that George Kittle was doing, and George Kittle was still getting. He was helping a little bit, but they were still getting around him.
It just is. The Rams could very well rush 3 every single down and have their way with Joe Burrow in the pocket.
Yeah.
So when I look at that matchup, that's kind of what is the most glaring issue, the biggest challenge that the Bengals are going to face. How will they handle the pass rush of Well, just the defense in general for the Rams. Rams are a spectacular defense all around.
Yeah.
Every level they're good.
Yeah.
And it's going to be on full display. Joe Burrow's going to have to run. He's going to have to make some huge plays, make something out of nothing like he did a few times against Kansas City. You have to hope really that your defense also matches the intensity and can lock it down just as well.
But I will say Sam Hubbard and Trey Henderson. Two really good DNs.
And then what's his name? Eric Reeder? Is that his name? Their D tackle?
Larry Ogunjobi.
No, I'm pretty sure his last name's Reeder.
Reeder?
The only one I really know besides the two you said was Eli Apple.
Eli Apple,
defensive
yeah.
back. He's going to be
Bates.
big because it's when you start looking at that Rams offense, that starts to get a scary thing too. You have
Yes.
OBJ, Cooper Kupp, Tyler Higbee, Cam Akers, Sony Michel, and Daryl Henderson. So,
Dude, their offense is
Reeder.
loaded. DJ Reeder?
Yeah. He is he's like the defensive tackle for he's a big guy at stopping the run, and he's able to apply some pressure up the middle. At the end of the day, the Bengals defense is going to have to step up. Cooper Kupp, Odell Beckham,
Yeah.
Cam Akers, Matt Stafford. Like on the other side of the ball, it's the same thing. Pick your poison.
Like they are the best all around team.
Yeah, it's going to be a serious. It's going to be
yeah.
a serious challenge
well,
for
it's
the
Bengals have
man.
faced Derrick Henry. I mean, he was injured, so I don't know if he was like full like Derrick
Mhm.
Henry, but that was huge running attack. Not like a solid quarterback who's going to like really destroy you, like Matt Stafford could.
Yeah.
And AJ Brown's good, but Cooper Kupp's the best receiver this year easily. And now the Bengals have to figure out how to cover both of those aspects of the game. They can't just go all out run stop. But if you don't really try to stop the run, Cam Akers can really.
Cam Akers can really shred you if you let him. I mean, it's just we look at the game and trying to figure out who has the edge. It's pretty easy in my opinion. The Rams have the edge on defense. The Rams have the edge on offense because you have two. There's just too many pieces to account for on both sides of the ball.
Yeah,
usually great teams like the Chiefs, for example, really great offense. Their weakness is the defense.
Yeah.
How many teams do you see have a great offense and a great defense? Usually one side of the ball suffers more than the other. The Rams are a top 5 team on both sides. So I'm glad I'm not on that coaching staff. Zach Taylor has his hands full trying to game plan this. But if there's anything that Lou Anarumo showed and the Bengals showed from this past weekend, is that they are up for the challenge.
They are.
And, if they're going to be able to put together another good defensive game plan like they did against Kansas City, then they very well could find themselves like really competing but their offense has to step up as well.
Yeah.
It's just an all-around challenge.
Honestly, you're going to have to drop 8, and you're just going to have to hope that you could get
you got
pressure
the
with
one
3.
thing you got is that Matt Stafford's not very quick. He's not very elusive.
He's not.
Yeah.
So if you can, if your coverage holds up, and in the second half of that AFC Championship game, the Bengals coverage held up. I mean, prime example was the sack fumble that ended regulation. I mean, think about how long Mahomes was standing there before Hubbard even decided he was going to rush him. If your coverage can hold up and you can keep Matt Stafford from being able to scramble, you have a chance. That's the key to staying in the game for me. You're really going to be tested on defense, and that O-line is really going to be tested for Cincinnati as well. Will they be able to win their blocks in the crucial moments? Because if the Bengals can't establish a run game with Joe Mixon and they have to become one-dimensional, the Rams defense is not the defense you want to be one-dimensional against. Not at all.
It can be done, but either way, it's going to be a great Super Bowl. I'm honestly, whoever wins, I'll be excited for him. Matt Stafford gets his
I'm not
first
mad
Super Bowl.
about either.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm glad that for like the first time in a while, I actually like the teams in the Super Bowl.
Yes.
I didn't want to see the Bucs in the Super Bowl because it's Tom Brady again, which, by the way, congrats on a great career, Tom Brady. That speaks for itself. I don't really think we
Thank you, 12. Great career, man.
Thank you, TB. He retired, for those who didn't know.
He is. He's officially retired.
What? But yeah, so, it's Tom Brady. Do I really want to watch him in his 10th Super Bowl or whatever it was at that point? No, yeah, it was his 10th. I
Yeah.
really don't want to watch Tom Brady for the 10th time in the Super Bowl. Right?
Yeah.
That's almost half my lifetime. Okay. So I didn't need to see that. The Chiefs have been in it almost 3 straight years.
Yeah.
It would have been 3 straight if they won this past weekend.
Yeah.
So I didn't really want to watch. And plus I don't really like the Chiefs.
And also at this point, you got to really think that Patrick Mahomes contract's kicking in next year, and they've really only got 1 Super Bowl out of this.
That's what happens, man.
Team,
That's why your window is the rookie contract.
Yeah,
That's the window for every team. But yeah, so it's like the first time I could sit there and, watch a Super Bowl and be like, hey, I'm happy with whoever wins.
As long as the game's close.
All I'm
going
going to
I'll
do
still be
is
upset.
I'm just going to root for my squares in the Super Bowl. And I'm going to hope that I get the trivia right. And if I place a bet on FanDuel, I'm going to be rooting for that. Otherwise, whoever wins, congratulations. It'd be cool to see Sean McVay win one. It'd be awesome to see Matt Stafford win one.
Yeah.
And to the same tune, to see the Bengals do it. I mean, I compare it similarly to when the Giants won it in 2007. Total underdog, sneaked in 9-7, makes it into the playoffs. Little different since the Bengals won the division, but still, they were a wild card team if they didn't win the division. It'll be cool. It's a cool story, no matter which way it
a
ends.
team that doesn't even have an indoor practice facility
Yeah,
to win a Super Bowl.
Toughens them up.
It'll just be a cool story, no matter how it ends. And I mean, got to think. A couple of years ago, everyone was saying, "Yeah, Joe Burrow should just hold out and refuse to play for Cincinnati."
And
Look at how that played out,
Yeah.
right?
look he's over here taking
Making us all
Super Bowl.
making people look foolish with that stuff. Either way, though, I am excited. So, with the game, we're talking about the different players, the different weapons and things you have to account for. I was just curious, who is or what is your X factor for this Super Bowl?
I have one for each team.
That works.
For me, it's Joe Burrow's scrambling ability. I mean, he's going to be a big key to the game anyway, but
Yeah.
I don't think that O-line's going to hold up. So can he do what he did against the Chiefs? Can he get outside of the pocket?
How well will he
Can
extend
he
plays?
decide to make the decision of, I'm going to get 6 yards running rather than try to throw the ball downfield to Jamar Chase and either get nothing or try to go for a big play? I feel like he didn't do it last week, but will he do it in the Super Bowl with a little bit more pressure? As long as he doesn't do that, they should be fine. And then the Rams' X factor is time management. Their offense is better set to just slow the game down.
Mhm.
They can go through 10-minute drives and put up just a field goal and then hope their defense holds them. I don't know if the Bengals can do that. I feel like the Bengals just need that fast couple touchdowns, and then they can try to slow the game down once it's on their side. But if the Rams jump out early, they can just kind of slow the game down, take as much time as they want, let their defense rest up, and then
It's game over.
just see if Joe Burrow
Lights
can handle
out.
it.
It's just, good luck, Joe.
Yeah. Well, for the Bengals, it's gonna be that run game. If they could get the run game going and they could be 2-dimensional, have play action, mix it up, I think they'll be okay. But if nothing's going on with that run game and they're just trying to throw
Yeah.
the ball, it's gonna be rough for Joe Burrow. And
Yeah.
Not saying you can't do it.
But
Obviously, you got him this far, so
yeah, I mean, he can, but it's going to be a lot
it's gonna
more
be rough.
difficult.
And it's gonna be Stafford.
Stafford.
Stafford got to take care of that ball. If he's
Yeah,
throwing
see,
picks,
I had similar picks. For the Rams, I look at the X factor. It's going to be an easy pick, but since you said Stafford, I'll go Cooper Kupp. Actually, no, I'm going to go Odell on that one. Odell's the difference maker because if Cooper Kupp's going to get all the attention, that sets up Odell to capitalize. He's a number 1 wide receiver playing the number 2 spot.
Yeah.
Basically. So I mean, he's the X factor because you got to shut down one of them. Who do you focus on more as a defense?
Yeah.
Teams are going to tend to go Cooper Kupp because of he's earned that respect to where you need to give him that.
Yes.
So Odell's a huge factor there. When you look at the Bengals, I'm looking at that offensive line. We've said it enough times, so I'm not going to, I'm not going to keep repeating ourselves. But that O-line, it's just a revolving door.
Yeah.
If they're not going to be able to stop the pass rush and help establish the run game, Bengals are going to be in for a very long day.
Yeah.
Can they pull it off? Sure. Joe Burrow's shown us he can pull off anything at this point, really. But his job and the offense's success is going to be so much easier if that O-line can even just play average. They don't have to be great. They just need to buy enough time.
I agree with that.
And open up enough holes, because if they can't do that, it's going to be a very difficult day for the Bengals, and it could end up being a very long day if the Rams offense is clicking.
Wait, I mean, just what was the one time we saw Joe Burrow have to rush his decision making was I think the Bears in the regular season. I mean, I don't watch that many Bengals games, but he threw 3 picks on 3 throws that week.
Yeah, but I think he settled in.
No, I know.
more
I'm just saying. But if that happens again to where he already threw 1 pick, and then all of a sudden now he's still getting rushed, and like his decision making just gets sped up.
Yeah,
it's like, is he going to be able to in the Super Bowl calm himself down? Even though in week 4 of the regular season he couldn't calm himself down.
Yeah.
Eventually he did, and they almost ended up coming back and win because the Bears trash.
Very
but
true.
if that happens in the Super Bowl, Matt Stafford isn't going to be let them back in the game. It's gonna, they're going to be down 21-0. It's going to end.
No, I agree with that.
Yeah,
honestly, it's just really like I still can't even believe that the Bengals are in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's
like I hope. Honestly, I'm rooting for them to win it, but just because the Bengals,
I'll be happy with whoever
just
wins
a close game. That's all. Normally, I'm like, I don't even care. Like last year, I was like, you know what? If the Chiefs just absolutely demolish the Buccaneers, I'll be okay with it. Now I'm like, there's no way I want to. Like, I just want a close game. Whatever happens, happens.
Make it good, right?
Yeah.
So Bobby's bet. Then we'll be quick with it. We pretty much shared all of our thoughts and everything on it. So Bobby, who are you picking in the Super Bowl?
Well, first let's do our Pro Bowl picks.
Oh my gosh!
I go AFC,
NFC.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Super Bowl Rams are. Yeah, I know, but
they don't even do NFC. Right? They pick teams. Whatever. Okay.
Yeah,
NFC. Who the home, whichever team wears their home jersey.
Okay.
That's who I'm going for. I don't care. I'm not gonna watch that stupid thing.
All right.
All right. Super Bowl. Rams, Bengals. Super Bowl. Bobby,
Rams favored by 4.
Rams are favored by 4. We don't care about the spread anymore.
Who Day Nation.
Who Day? You're going with the Bengals.
Yeah, we're going Bengals.
You got the chant. You know the chant. Do the chant.
Who Day. Who Day. Hit it. You got to finish the chant.
You don't know it.
Who Day gonna beat the Bengals?
Who they think gonna beat them Bengals?
Whatever, man.
Nobody.
Well,
the Rams are going to beat them.
The Rams. Gonna happen. I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be the Rams. I love the Joe Burrow story with the Zach Taylor and everything, but there's just so much talent. I can't see the Bengals pulling it off. The mountain that was defeating Kansas City is a big one, but at least Kansas City's defense isn't very good.
Yeah.
Different story here with the Rams.
Hey.
You've got.
No one thought they were going to be here. All right, man.
No one thought they were going to make the playoffs.
This isn't disrespect.
No one thought they were going to beat the. Well, actually, people thought they were going to beat the Raiders. People thought they were going to beat the Raiders. No one thought they were going to beat the Titans. No one thought they were going to beat the Chiefs. No one's thinking they're going to beat the Rams. But now it's
they can, and you know what? I'll be happy to see them do it. It's just my gut tells me
Joe Burrow's going to win, and he's going to be smoking a fat cigar after that game.
If Joe Burrow pulls it off, Hall of Fame. Give it to him.
That's it.
No, not done. Actually, but
just
his legacy,
wash your hands,
bro. His legacy in the NFL is cemented with if he wins the Super Bowl.
It's gonna be like Madden, where you get the legacy points, dude. He's just gonna be top of the list.
He's gonna find he'll get a statue if it happens. He might get a statue anyway at this rate. But
I mean, Nick Foles has one, so
if Nick Foles and Doug Peterson have one, you bet your ass Joe Burrow will get one. Okay, yeah, so there it is. That's our picks. AFC and Super or Pro Bowl. I'm picking whichever team where one's gonna wear a cold color jersey, the other's gonna be a warm color. I'm going with the warm colored jersey.
All right.
So you know what the warm colors are, right? Like yellow, red, orange. Yeah. You know what cold colors are, right?
Yeah,
blue,
like blue,
purple,
greens, purple. I'm going with the warm colors.
Thank you for our art class.
You're welcome, Bobby. You said worser earlier, so I just don't want to assume anything.
It was a slip of the tongue, all right, man. All right, but anyway, so
let's move on with the coach. Yeah. We had a bunch of coaching hirings happen this past week as well. So Bobby, you want to recap those real quick for us?
All right, so Bears hire Indy defensive coordinator Matt Eberflus. Welcome to Chicago. I posted that on Facebook. So Brian Dable to the New York Giants. Nathaniel Hackett to Denver.
Which that we will touch on.
Yeah, we will touch on that. And Josh McDaniels to Vegas. So the Jags, Vikings, Miami, Texans, and the Saints. We almost forgot
Saints.
About them.
I forgot about the Saints as well.
All still without head coaches.
Still searching. First off, biggest surprise of any of these hirings? You got one?
Brian Flores not getting hired was my biggest surprise.
I would
well,
say
there's bigger surprises
Oh,
with
yeah.
Brian Flores
Yeah, I know now.
Yeah.
but
But I was back when that
But
happened,
I-
I was like, he
I hear you.
was such a stud. Like I was like, he's won both years that he coached. He was at a winning record.
yeah. Well, no, he was in the tank for 2 a year.
yeah. So
Was
you
he?
one bad
I
season
thought he
and
was
then
only
2
two
good.
seasons.
No, 3.
2019, 2020. 2019, 2021,
you're wrong.
2020. I looked it up earlier.
Yeah, we
Oh.
did. We were literally
Yeah,
talking about
because
this.
I didn't believe he was a part of the tank for 2 a year, but
Yeah.
he was.
He was.
They, so,
Yeah.
oopsie.
1 losing season, 2 winning season. Yeah, it is very. I'm shocked that he hasn't been hired, but
I mean, he's a headstrong coach. Maybe he just is like, I don't want to, like, maybe he just has a different vision from certain teams.
yeah.
However, we got his lawsuit and everything, which we'll leave that alone. We're not going to
Yeah.
dive into that.
It
But
just happened today.
there's
Yeah.
some stuff going on. All right, guys.
Next, that's a next Tuesday kind
Yeah,
of
that's a
conversation.
next Tuesday with more details.
Yeah, more develops with it. Josh McDaniels.
Damn it, Bobby! I got to start just answering my question before I ask. it,
he's
'cause-
he's my like biggest shock because it seemed like when he didn't go to Indy.
Oh,
and
I thought that like once he pulled out of the Indianapolis
Yeah.
head coaching spot, I thought he was going to be like untouchable. I just thought teams were not even going to go near him.
Yeah,
The
and-
reason he's the surprise for me though is I really thought Rich Bisaccia was going to get the spot, was going to
Yeah.
get the job. He had the entire team campaigning for him.
Hey, he might be a Bears coach, boys.
He might become the special teams coordinator in Chicago.
Yeah, hey, I love that hiring.
I mean, hey, he took a team to the playoffs that had no business being there.
Yeah.
And if Eberflus stinks,
You already know what you
Bisaccia, he's coming.
Bisaccia.
He's coming to be our head coach.
Yeah, that was the biggest surprise for
Uh,
me. And the other surprise is that Jacksonville hasn't hired someone yet.
Yeah, it's
I think
thought
was it Shad Khan?
yeah. The owner.
He's being very cautious. He's like,
Oh yeah, after the Urban Meyer situation, he probably just like Urban Meyer's a good coach in college. Hey, Urban, you want a job?
I mean, but
I would like Brian Flores going there, and I feel like he still might end up going there because
Well,
he might be one of the later coaches hired. So
all the rumors is Byron Leftwich, but apparently Byron Leftwich wants the GM. What's his name? Guy who's been there for 20 years.
Fired.
Yeah, he wants him gone. He wants to bring in one of his own guys.
Oh.
Or
That'll be a fun
it's
little
like
power
Andre
struggle.
Wilson. I think he's.
Yeah, the rumor broke that he was going to Jacksonville, and then like 2 days later, turns out that wasn't true.
Yeah,
No, but okay. So looking at those hirings, Brian Dable going to New York, I kind of felt like that was a shoe-in.
yeah.
once,
When Joe Schoen got the
once Joe Schoen
got
was
the
there,
job,
it was pretty much like if he's going to go to New York.
yeah,
Nathaniel Hackett to Denver. See, this brings up what we talked about last week with Aaron Rodgers and where will he be next. I believe we both said Denver is the
We
most
did.
likely option if he were to play and not retire.
yes,
This hiring makes it seem much more likely that he's going to find his way in
because
Denver.
he
Granted, it has to
talked
be
up-
via trade, but I do think his time in Green Bay is done. I think he's fed up. And you might see both him and Devontae Adams go to Denver.
You might.
unless
honestly.
Denver just got that influx of picks from the Von Miller trade
Yes.
to the Rams, so they might have a little bit more capital than some other teams. That
And cap space because they traded Von Miller.
But
who
we
has
did talk
pretty-
about this last week. Stafford going for 2 first rounders, so Aaron Rodgers at least 2 first rounders.
yeah,
Like
but
bare
you
minimum.
don't know as the Packers, you don't know what kind of they're like. You know what, we need to get a decent haul for him, but he also doesn't want to play for us.
He could
so
take
it's
the
like-
card. He could take the cards out of their hand and be like, "I'm not playing. Trade me."
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then they're going to be forced to settle for something less.
yeah,
Whereas, Matt Stafford's situation, the Lions were like, "Yeah, let's get you to a team that's built to win,"
Yeah,
and they did that. And the Rams were like, "Well, we want him right now. Here's everything until 2024. Take it all."
yeah.
So,
But again, I don't know. Nathaniel Hackett. It's just
I don't.
Matt LaFleur called the plays.
Yeah, that's the
You
thing.
know,
I don't trust coaches or coordinators. I guess just coordinators. I don't trust coordinators that have come from like a position where the head coach calls the plays.
Yes.
You're the offensive coordinator, but you don't call the plays. That's really what separates the offensive coordinator from the other like coordinators and position coaches.
Yes. Like-
Because you probably have the biggest say in the game plan with the head coach as a coordinator, but still you're the play caller. That's like what differentiates you the
Yeah.
most. So I'm skeptical of that. and we'll talk about the Packers guy in a little bit when we dive more in on the Bears, but can it work out? Sure. Especially, I mean, I guess if Aaron Rodgers comes with and they trade him to Denver, come on, it's Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
I mean, he's pretty much going to just do his thing and win games.
And I mean, they have a pretty solid defense, and
yeah, they have a solid defense, young weapons, decent wide receivers. Cortland Sutton's there, Jerry Judy's there.
And if
Noah Fant's a solid tight end.
And if you add Devontae Adams,
if you add Devontae Adams on top of that, which
add Devontae Adams or not, Aaron Rodgers only has Devontae Adams. Like,
he's still getting it.
Jones,
he's still upgrading in terms of like depth of talent.
Yes,
but I'm just skeptical of coaches that have never.
A
coordinator who's never called plays goes to be the head coach.
Especially offensively, where it's like you have your coach just calling your head plays, but then you also have Aaron Rodgers, where it's like, okay, say you didn't have a stud quarterback, where it's like, our game plan is making us win. Like right now in New England with Mac Jones. It's like, okay, we don't have a stud guy who can just take care of the game for us.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not calling the plays, and also your quarterback is pretty much carrying your offense.
Your quarterback's a Hall of Famer. Yeah. I mean, like, it was like I said with Byron Leftwich and Bruce Arians. Like, how difficult was their job with the offense when Tom Brady was the QB? It's the same. The same logic applies here with Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers. And Aaron Rodgers is a good enough QB where he can. I mean, we saw him mask all of the problems with the Mike McCarthy offenses for how many years. So, granted, I think the Matt LaFleur offense is a lot better than Mike McCarthy's. Just schematically, it works a lot better. It seems to have less bumps in the road when they're trying to do stuff. So it flows better for Aaron Rodgers, but at the end of the day, it's Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
And this brings me to, let's dive in. Well, actually, we'll hold off on that in a second. But so Nathaniel Hackett comes in. He's never called plays. You'd think he's going to be the play caller in Denver. This is his chance to call the plays. This is his chance to kind of be like, yeah, look at me. I can call plays. I can run an offense and everything. I just don't like that from head coaches in general.
Yeah.
I'd like my head coach to head coach. And something that happened with Matt Eberflus, he announced, I don't know if it was today or yesterday, but he's not going to call the defense. So he said that, his coordinator is going to call the defense because if he's responsible for calling the plays on one side, on that side of the ball, it takes away from his head coach responsibilities, which is almost like Bears fans and I'm sure fans of other teams who don't like their coach calling the plays have been saying that for a long time.
Yeah.
Zach Taylor's a perfect example. He doesn't call the plays on offense.
Yeah.
He's the head coach.
Yeah.
And I like that I almost said Nathaniel Hackett, that Matt Eberflus is going to let his defensive coordinator run his defense, letting his offensive coordinator run his offense, focus on being a head coach. I think that's the perfect approach to it.
That is.
Call me a traditionalist, if you will.
I don't think doesn't Pete Carroll call the play? Doesn't he have more of a say in the play calling than most coaches?
Dude, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't follow jack crap about the Seahawks and who calls their plays.
But I always thought people have said that since he came from USC, he's kind of been more hands on with. But it's but if it works, it works. I feel like if Pete Carroll, if it wasn't working, he might have stepped back. Where it's some coaches are like, no, I have to. Prove
I mean, it's just it's some coaches it works, some coaches it doesn't.
Some coaches it doesn't. Didn't work with Matt Nagy. That's
like Tomlin really tries to be a special teams coach, and he just tries to step on the field
he makes himself the 12th defender. Sometimes.
That was the best thing that ever happened. All right.
No, it wasn't. That was so stupid.
It was shit. It was shitty, dude.
That was hilarious.
No, it was. It was.
Biggest
You'd be
flaw.
pissed if it happened to your team, Bob.
Yeah, but it didn't happen to my team. So
exactly.
We're good.
Could you imagine if
hypocrite
Tony Dungy just went out there and stopped Devin Hester from returning that kick? You'd be pissed at Tony Dungy for the rest of his life.
I would definitely
well,
be.
that's what could have happened then.
Same logic, bro. Come on.
He's just like, I'll take him down. All right, guys. I'll show you how it's done.
He's he throws down his clipboard. God damn it, I got to do everything around here.
I love right before it, or right after it happened, Jacoby Jones had an interview. He's like, dude, he scared the absolute hell out of me. He's like, I was running wide open. All of a sudden, there was just a guy in front of me. And he freaked out, and then he ended up getting tackled. But it's just like.
He got tripped up on it. It just. Cheap play, man.
So funny, though.
Cheap play. Funny, but cheap play.
Yes.
But let's dive in more, with the Chicago Bears.
The Bears, baby.
Yeah, the Bears.
Of Matt Eberflus, defensive coordinator from Indianapolis. First off, I want to say, his last 3 years in Indianapolis, top 10 unit every year.
Yes.
Very good. I'm excited about it. I wanted the Bears to go with a defensive guy. I know when we first listed the names of people they were interviewing, I kind of made fun of his name. My apologies, Coach Flus, but I like the hiring.
Still a funny name.
It is a funny
It is
name.
very funny.
I like the hiring, especially now that he said he's going to focus on being the head coach. Enjoyed that as well. Something that I thought was funny. Did you guys watch his press conference?
I did not. I tried to find it, but I was
So
at work
I was watching it live on Twitter and everything, and I have it where the comments pop up during the whole thing. Everything's going well, and then he says one thing that triggers the entire Bears fan base. And I forget the exact question, but they're like, "How are you going to get the guys to buy in and everything?" And his quote was, "Well, it starts by showing them the whys."
Yeah.
Matt Nagy, the word "wise," man. I get it. It's a sports phrase. It's a thing, but I feel like you guys really did not react to that how I was hoping.
I really don't care about it.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't care.
It's just a
about it.
normal thing. I have a lot of people say
Like
that.
I said, I'm gonna have hope. I'm gonna give him a shot, but again, it's the Bears organization, man. I just feel like we're doomed.
But you guys didn't get pissed off hearing Matt Nagy say, "We're going to focus on the whys, find the whys this week after every game."
Well, yeah, it's Matt Nagy. He stinks.
I don't care about any of the post-game press conferences. I'm not that big of a Bears fan. I'm sorry.
But Matt Nagy,
You should know this. You should get more mad at Bobby than
I'm
me.
mad at Bobby.
Okay.
I am. I'm more upset.
I learned to just stop listening to Matt Nagy talk because
My point
made
was
no
he was
sense.
using
It's a
Matt
Matt
Nagy
Nagy
lingo,
quote.
bro.
Yeah,
Forget it. All right.
that was a miss.
But Ryan Poles.
It was a total miss. I couldn't have made that any worse for myself, man. Fuck you, Bobby. Just talk. Just talk, man. Just
Ryan Poles, that's what I'm happy about. He seems like a guy.
Oh yeah, you weren't here to talk about that
Yeah.
last week.
Yeah,
so
you weren't,
Give us
yeah.
your thoughts real quick.
Well, I like that he was like, I'm picking my head coach because, I mean, maybe he didn't really have 100% say in it, but like, I feel like sometimes you're like, hey, you're going to be
I
our
think he had a
GM.
good saying.
I'm
No,
like, you're
the,
gonna be our
the reports were like that was his guy.
No,
that
yeah,
was
that's,
like his.
that's
pick.
what he said, though. He said, if you don't let me pick the head coach, I'm getting on the flight and I'm going to
Minnesota.
and that's
Yeah.
the job I'm taking. Which I think that's what you need to do, especially with the McCaskies and just the Ted Phillips kind of era anyway. You're just like, no, I'm gonna prove to you that this is what I want and this is what I'm taking.
Yeah.
Like, not just settle down. Which I don't know if Ryan Pace was just like a little bit less, intense, where he's like, all right, I'll just kind of let you guys tell me what to do at first. Or Ryan Poles is like, no.
I think Ryan Pace didn't demand as much at the start. Ryan Poles, like we said it last week, yeah, he demanded to be in charge of the head coaching decision.
Which then you're so much more confident with, like, I'm picking Matt Eberflus. Okay, now you pick your guy. Whereas, like, with Ryan Pace, he's like, hey, I didn't really pick Matt Nagy, so now I want to kind of be involved.
Well,
in
for him it was
decisions.
John Fox.
Well, John Fox.
Yeah,
But it's like,
he picked Matt Nagy.
So now you're like, okay, now I'm doing
That's
this,
why
and now
he
I'm
got
doing
fired.
that.
And that's why he was fired. No, I get what you're saying though. There's more confidence with it. There's less of that. What did the McCaskies do this time?
Yeah.
It's the Bears organization. Am I excited about the Ryan Poles thing? Yes, I'm excited about it. Am I excited about Matt Eberflus? Yes, but I am skeptical.
Exactly. Us Bear fans, we are skeptical.
I'm less skeptical than I've been in the past.
Like I said,
I got really skeptical with Bulls coaches
I don't know,
after
dude.
they signed Hoiberg. I
I'll
was
be
like,
honest.
never again.
I bought in really hard on Matt Nagy. I don't think I've been this the only coach that I have been like truly like, what the are we doing, was Mark Trestman.
yeah,
Me
That
too. I
hiring
didn't even know
happened-
football at that time. I was like,
And
this guy
I just
is from
sat
Canada.
back and I was like,
What the hell?
I was just like, what the what is this? And guess what?
You're
Ended
right.
up being a total joke.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
guy buys milk in a bag, and they brought him to America, and they were like, "Yeah, you could coach a football team." No, Canadians sell.
I know,
milk in
I
bags,
get it.
okay.
I was looking at Bobby to see.
I didn't.
Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Milk comes in a bag in Canada.
Yeah,
Why?
Because it's
No,
bagged. I don't
because
know.
it's Canada.
They don't want to.
Yeah, and that's who the Bears hired as their coach. The guy
Yeah.
who usually buys his milk in bags, and they're like, "Yeah, you could coach in the NFL."
Him and his bagged milk.
Nothing to do with football, but clearly it just didn't work out.
Mark Trestman.
Duncan, better than Tim Hortons. All right.
Yeah, you know what? Let's slam Canada a little bit. Real quick.
Yeah, you play hockey. Stupid.
Stupid.
No, hockey's pretty cool.
Yeah, hockey is.
I like the sport of hockey.
yeah,
Look,
exactly.
Canada, bro. Come
Yeah.
on. What do you got? What do you guys got? Moose? Okay, real cool. We can get moose here.
They
We get
call their
moose here.
cops Mounties.
The Great White North.
Nerds.
Yeah, we got a piece of the Great White North. It's called Alaska. All right.
Yeah.
And it produces oil.
I thought they closed that pipeline. Whatever. Let's stop. That's enough of that.
You know what else also stinks? The cold.
Yeah.
We live in the cold. What do you mean?
Exactly. I wouldn't want to go up more north to live in even more
More
cold.
cold.
Listen, at the end of the day,
I'm freezing my ass off in this garage already. You think I want to go in another garage?
USA, baby. USA.
USA.
Our milk doesn't come in a bag. Suck it. Nick, what's your question of the week?
All right, we're on that. I had one thing before.
Okay,
this.
go ahead.
Did you see Caleb Williams is going to?
Oh, yeah,
USC?
Oh, yeah. USC, baby. Hey, we're running that Pac-12. Lincoln Riley, I'm bought in 100%. Woo!
A backup quarterback transfers.
9-3.
He's like, let's go, baby.
9-3.
9-3. All right. They are going 12-0, man.
Oh, no.
Then we're going to go in.
No.
We're going to run that
You
college
think they're gonna
playoff.
beat Oregon? You think they're gonna beat Arizona?
Dude, they don't have
think they're
Mario
gonna
Crystal
beat-
Ball
You think
anymore.
they're gonna beat Ucla? No.
They're going to
You think they're gonna beat the Beavers?
Are they going to be
Heck no.
Are they going to be number 1 in the Pac-12?
No.
I mean, it's them or Oregon.
And Mario Cristobal is gone. So,
Sure, Bob.
yeah, see, he's taking my side.
9-3.
Or, boom, they're winning Pac-12.
USC third. Oregon, UCLA.
It's going to go Oregon State Beavers,
Yes.
UCLA, Arizona
Arizona State.
State,
Colorado.
Washington,
Washington.
Washington State?
Washington State,
The Cougars.
Stanford?
Stanford,
The Turkeys.
and then USC.
What if that happened? That would be
If
freaking
they finish dead last. No, honestly, they're going to finish 9-3, and that's probably enough to win the Pac-12
They're going to win the Pac-12.
We'll see what happens.
with a 9-3 record.
Not 9.
12.
I'm focusing on the record less than their finish. 'Cause
They're finishing top 10.
I don't think the Pac-12 is going to do all that. Great.
Finishing top 10.
They're
Jeez,
finishing
Twitter's
top
getting
10.
More and more wild.
I'm bought into
Wait for the
Lincoln Riley.
TikTok comments this week.
Oh, my Lance. Wow.
And what are you talking about? Caleb Williams had a great year.
He's still a backup quarterback.
He had an okay.
He couldn't beat out Spencer Rattler.
Spencer Rattler stinks. And
And he was the
benched for
backup
Caleb
to
Williams.
Spencer Rattler. You just made my point.
He got benched for Spencer at one point, too. They flip-flopped.
They did flip-flop.
He was not the starter.
Granted,
to
he was a
start
true
the
freshman, so, he kind of gets that going for him.
Exactly.
However, 9-3, they're going to be okay.
year. They're gonna be.
They're not going to suck. They're going to be okay.
They're going to be
But
okay.
it's the Pac-12.
But also, we did forget to go over offensive coordinator who he brought in.
Oh, yes.
Luke Getsy.
That's right. Luke Getsy. Let's rewind.
Rewind.
Okay, we're still on football.
We're still on football talk. So going back to Matt Eberflus with the Bears, they did hire their offensive coordinator, Luke Getsy, the quarterback coach, and I
And-
believe he was also the passing game
Yes, he
coordinator
is
for
the
the
passing game
Packers. Skeptical of that one. Optimistic, sure. Skeptical though,
Yeah,
because
not doing a great job with Jordan Love.
your job was to coach Aaron Rodgers. Listen, I can coach Aaron Rodgers. All right, there's nothing that anyone's bringing to the game of football in the quarterback position
Yeah.
that Aaron Rodgers doesn't already know or do. So I guess he's responsible for developing Jordan Love, and Jordan Love gonna be a bust. So
Bum.
bum,
Bump. Yes.
bum, absolute bum. I'm skeptical of that. He wants
see
to
how
call
it goes.
plays. We'll see how he does calling plays.
Hey, insider knowledge. He knows how the Packers organization works. And he's
Or-
going to tell us about it.
I'll do you one better, right? Or he's so loyal to the Packers that he's going to sabotage the Bears and Justin Fields'
Or-
development.
Maybe Aaron Rodgers likes him more than Nathaniel Hackett. Bears get Aaron Rodgers. I don't know why Justin Fields, but he'll still be on the team. He'll be the next Taysom Hill, and then our team will be crazy weird. You just watch it happen.
That'll never
Put
happen.
that as a hot
Like-
take.
Like,
Hot take: Aaron Rodgers finishes career with Chicago Bears. No chance. No chance.
Like if
Hey,
there was
they might
like,
move the hosting thing of Jeopardy to Chicago, and then Aaron Rodgers is there. Both of his jobs.
It's true. I mean, if they just move the studio, you're on to something. Maybe
Yeah.
they film all their State Farm commercials in Chicago too while they're
Yeah,
at
true.
it.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, can I stop seeing State Farm commercials, man?
Yeah, bring back the Chris Paul ones. Come on, they were better.
Yeah. Also, get them off the Izod posters, man. Just come on.
I like Coles too much.
I like Izod stuff, and every time I buy it, I just feel like a cheesehead.
the fact that you said that, you're spoken like a true dad.
What? Izod makes nice clothes.
Or that you won't buy something because of the.
I buy Izod.
I'm
still.
confused about Bobby's.
Yeah, I don't
thing
know what
about
you're talking
your
about.
true
I
dad.
don't own one piece of clothing from Izod.
Really?
Yeah, well, not all of us like looking like a skater from 2013,
Yeah,
Bob.
they have really nice
I
pairs
don't
of pants.
look
They have
like-
really nice sweat. I really like their sweaters.
Yeah,
I-
Men's Warehouse over in Oak Lawn, 50% off their like pullover sweaters, $15. Really nice.
Got some Izod ones?
Yeah, Izod.
Oh,
Go
my
cop,
man,
dude.
my
They
man.
got tons of colors.
Go
Good
cop.
deals.
Go cop.
I didn't
See,
know.
we use the young lingo, but we're dads.
Yeah, what?
How can I be a dad? I've
I
got
don't
my
have-
hood up over my brimmed hat, bro.
The fact that you just said that, you're a dad now. What?
Bro, I can't be a dad. You see
All right.
these shoes? Those actually look like dad shoes.
They do look
New
like
Balance.
They no laces though. Really convenient, guys. I must say.
They look pretty
Yeah,
comfy.
most dads
They
like
are
to
really
slip on their
good.
shoes.
Coles.
You're a father.
Got them at Coles.
I used to work there.
Yeah, you did. What are we talking about,
I don't
man?
know, man.
My question of the
We're-
week is
Wait.
wrong.
First, before
We're
Nick's
down.
question
We
of the
always
week.
have one of these questions
All right,
every time.
Nick. Jags, Vikings, Miami, Texans.
Where are you coaching?
Where
if
are
you
you
could
coaching?
choose?
When I coach out of these ones?
Yeah,
Miami.
All right, now we'll give you the other locations too, just cause.
we said Raiders.
I said.
So
Vegas.
any ones that was
Well,
Well-
at the time, none of these teams.
Yeah,
hired a
Bears
coach.
were still open. Raiders were still open.
I think I would still
They
go to
were all
Miami.
open.
Giants were still open.
They were all open.
Yeah, they were.
I would go to
all open.
Miami. Because
Okay.
I feel like they have the least pressure. We're like, you come to the Bears, you gotta win quick. Like there's pressure on that. I feel like Miami, they had some success with Brian Flores, so it's like, all right, we're on the verge of going up, and I feel like their team is ready to. They have a chance. Jalen Waddle, Tua Tagovailoa.
I agree with you. I
Waddle.
agree with you there.
Waddle.
But I picked the Vikings over them.
I was between those two, but I
Yeah.
didn't want to coach against the Bears.
We forgot about the Vikings.
I didn't want to coach
said
against the
Vegas.
Bears.
Yeah,
Yeah, Vegas is cool.
Vegas
That's
is
true.
a cool one.
we did say we could take the Bears out of it because.
Oh yeah, because
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
we all would.
You just gotta.
Yeah.
But
All right. Well, hit us with your
yeah,
question.
Nick,
My
give us your
question
question
of
of
the
the week.
Besides this year with the Bengals making it to the Super Bowl, or I mean, you could say that this was. What's the biggest underdog that actually made it to the championship for college basketball, college football? I mean, college football is not really.
Yeah, college
Baseball.
football never has it.
Hockey, if you want to say hockey, football, NBA. Because I have mine's the Nationals from a couple years ago.
Really?
Well, because I felt like no one thought they were going to win. Everyone thought Atlanta was going to be the team to come from the East
Okay.
and win. And then no one
My-
thought for sure they were going to
Did
be
they
the
have?
Dodgers.
Did they have to go all the way and win it, or just make it?
Just make it to, because we don't
So
know if
they
the
just
Bengals
had to
win.
get
So
to
they
the
just had to
States,
make
huh?
it to the championship game.
Okay, I got mine.
Okay.
I don't remember the year, but you'll know exactly who I'm talking about. The Kemba Walker led Uconn team.
Yeah.
They had to win their tournament to get in.
They had the big East.
Well, are they the Big East?
I don't think they're anymore, but they were.
they had to win their conference tournament to get in. They got in. I don't remember what seed they were. Were they like an 8?
For the conference tournament? Yeah, I think so.
I think they were 11 for the conference tournament. They were like an 8 seed for March Madness, but they went on to win. I think they won it
Yeah,
too.
they did.
Yeah, they went on to win it. So I'm gonna go with the Kemba Walker led UConn team. I'm gonna say it was in 2012. I don't know if that was right.
It's about there. Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up.
I'm pretty sure I was in high school when it happened. That's probably the year I picked Georgetown to win, and they lost to Florida Gulf Coast University. That was a bad year for me.
That's a tough one.
14 seed beats a 3 seed. I was like, are you kidding me?
You just-
I'm like,
what the?
That's my champion team right there. That was like the third game of the year, too.
This is a tough one. Nick,
Okay, it was well before 2012.
2008?
2008 is when he graduated from UConn.
Ah.
So
I think he.
actually, no.
he's
Guys,
literally-
share your thing, Bobby. Give an answer.
Yeah.
Damn. You guys-
He's literally Googling it and goes, yeah, it was way before 2012. But actually, I clicked on a new article.
Look at this. When did Kemba Walker graduate UConn? 2008. And then I clicked on it and it said he was a junior in 2010-11. So
your facts are wrong. All right, hit us with yours. I'm still thinking.
I started with mine.
What would
Washington Nationals from like 2 years ago.
Oh,
3 years
okay.
ago.
All right, yeah.
do you even pay attention, Bobby?
I was thinking so hard.
Bobby's
all right?
like, Nick didn't watch the episode last week. I'm not going to listen to the episode.
yeah, I'm not
this
gonna
week,
listen
even though
to
I'm here.
even your question.
2011. I was close. I said 2012.
Man, this is a tough one.
No pressure, Bob. We're going to sit in silence. and see
Why?
whose
Why you
answers.
gotta do
A
that?
lot of
Man?
just
No,
dead
it's
space.
guys.
I'm going to fill the air because I hate dead silence.
No. Moment of silence until Bobby comes up with his answer, guys. Bear with us.
What was UCLA ranked last year? Going to March Madness, what was the 11th seed? Made it to the final four?
That's not the championship. It doesn't count.
It doesn't count.
Got to get to the championship.
Did they play Gonzaga in the championship? Wasn't it Gonzaga versus UCLA?
No, I think they lost.
No, they lost to
In the final four.
Gonzaga in the final four on the. Actually,
And I'm pretty sure it was UCLA versus Gonzaga.
I'm pretty sure it might have been.
now you got me questioning.
They were 11th seed coming in. I know that. And no one expected it. Johnny Juzang, man.
I think you might be right.
Baylor versus Gonzaga.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Never mind.
Oh,
Baylor beat them.
Doesn't count, Bob. Give us a better answer.
Baylor Bears.
All right.
Baylor.
2010 Giants?
2007 Giants, you mean?
2007. Didn't they go in 2010 too?
No, 2007, 2012.
Oh, 2012.
I thought you were talking about the baseball
2007
Giants.
was when they were 9-7 and beat the undefeated Patriots.
Oh, okay. 2007.
There you go.
I thought you were talking about the
2012.
San Francisco Giants, not the New York
So
Giants.
the 2007 Giants, who I referenced earlier in the show, way to steal an answer there, Bob. No, I'm kidding. That's a good one. That's probably like the
That's like the only.
picture of
I
that.
was trying not to pick that one, but there was nothing else I could really think of.
Really? You couldn't think of anything else?
I feel like the Bengals are close. I mean,
The Bengals are really close.
but
actually.
technically, they won the division. You know?
What about the
Yeah,
2012
but they're
Los
still
Angeles
underdogs.
Kings? I think they were the
Who cares
first.
about hockey. We're not from Canada.
I think they were the first ever 8 seed to win the Stanley Cup. They also had to come back from 3 games to none to do it. So
What about
in the first round? They did
when
at least.
Bobby Boucher returned at halftime and the Mud Dogs won the Bourbon Bowl.
That's another good one. What about Happy Gilmore hitting the putt shot to take out Shooter McGavin and win the gold jacket? I don't
Yeah.
remember what the name of the tournament was.
I don't know either,
like
man.
that.
And he saved his grandma from being homeless or whatever
that is true.
the underlying storyline
Yeah.
was of that. And found love.
And got sponsored by Subway.
What about when
What-
Ricky Bobby?
What about Billy Madison when he passed the exam and graduated?
No, sports only. What about when Ricky Bobby returned from his manic episode,
Shake and bake.
took on the spirit of the cougar or whatever it
Yeah.
was in that movie, and won. What was the name of the race?
Talladega.
It was Talladega, and won the Talladega
500.
500. That's another
There you
good
go,
one.
TJ. That's a
That's
NASCAR reference.
Yeah.
There you go.
I think that's our
Although
favorite.
he didn't win
No, he didn't.
because he crashed with the
Yeah, he crashed,
Perrier guy.
And then him and
John.
Jean.
I take it back. Miracle on ice.
There you go.
Boom. Biggest
Good
underdog.
thing we just started talking about bullshit.
There we go.
Good movie, by the way,
It's a
too.
great movie,
Based
man.
on a true story, guys.
It is. Kurt Russell, really great.
But
in
yeah,
that
so
movie.
Ricky Bobby, the way it ends, they crash and then they run to the finish. Doesn't count for anything.
Cal Naughton Jr. won that race.
And then he wins it.
John C. Riley.
John C. What a movie. What a
What a
movie.
segue into just
This just went everywhere. As always, it goes everywhere. But yeah, that'll pretty much wrap up this week's episode for us,
Yeah.
guys. So we appreciate you tuning in as always. Here comes my spiel about our social medias. Please give us a like on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. You guys know the deal. Garage Talk Sports on YouTube and TikTok. And as always, if there's anything you like to hear or anything you want to hear us talk about, feel free. Shoot us a message on any of those platforms. We'll be sure to cover it. I guess until next week, talk to you guys.
That's it.
see you.